the $1 million market that you can get in on. Tonight, the Kizzy Shopping Network. Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. You may be wondering, well, what is this market? Some of you may already know, some of you may not. So, keeping with the tradition of the Kizzy Shopping Network, I have an awesome offer. It expires at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. Today. So today is October 29th. It just is what it is, okay? So I'm going to cut and paste that offer. In case you're wondering why am I looking down, it's because I'm looking here on my phone. So then I can provide the information to all of you amazing people in the chat. So I'm asked all the time, how do I make more money? How do I expand what I'm doing? And the number one way in the $1 million market, most of you are overlooking, is federal government contracting. I'm going to go deeper into this because you may say, well, I already know that, or I already heard about that, or can I really make $1 million? Yes. One of my students, actually, she is in the middle of closing a $2 million contract. It'll be her first federal government contract, as well as with those who have interviewed on my channel. Several of them have won contracts, and it was their first time. So I'm going to go deeper into this. So for those of you who are brand new, and hello to all my returning amazing people, Everything by John and Kat, the offer for this evening is the challenge. It starts on Monday at noon. If you purchase the VIP ticket, VIP always better, it's $297. You get all the recordings. You get 2 hours, 1 hour of Q&A, any kind of questions you have, and then the second hour with the group, and then you can go from there. What's great is it's all recorded. So if you can't show up, you're fine. For those of you where maybe $297 doesn't work for you, we got you covered. We have an executive ticket that's $97, 1 hour. The recording is on Facebook for 24 hours. So it's a great place, great thing to do. Here's why. Because this is a market you're overlooking. Many think, okay, federal government, it must be hard, it must be difficult, there must be some trick to all of this. This must be some kind of scam. Really, can you make $1 million? And the answer is yes. There's a variety of things that you can sell. You can sell services like janitorial, like staffing. You can sell products like phone covers, things of that nature. And also, we got to get our cards, our Oracle cards for this evening. So it's a market, whether you've just begun in government contracting or, well, we got several there. I'm going to pick this one. This was the solo one. Abundance. Oh, this is great. Okay, y'all. Abundance came flying out. This is our card for the evening. Abundance. You are surrounded by abundance and have everything you need to create the life you desire. Trust that the universe will provide you with everything you need and be open to receiving it. That's the federal government. That's federal government. They always pay their bills. They always pay on time. I mean, I don't know if they always pay on time, but they always pay their bills. You never have to send them to collections. Regardless of what's going on, government shutdown, government open, you will be paid. Period. You will be paid. Okay? So this is a space where the sky's the limit. If you're like, yeah, but my background is in home health care, like I can really do janitorial, yes. Oh, but Kizzy, I'm a medical doctor. I can really sell products, yes. Like the only exception in this space of federal government contracting is if it's so specific, like fighter jets or something like that, or security clearance is needed, but at the company level. Otherwise, there's so many things that you can sell. Awesome. I can't wait for the challenge either, Melody. And what's up, Owen? This is great. So don't forget that to purchase the challenge, it ends at 11:59 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay? 11:59 Eastern Standard Time. And thank you for bearing with me as I adjust. And for those of you, because there's always, it is what it is. It's not a green screen. Look, I'm outside. That's the amazing thing about federal government contracting. You can do it from anywhere. And I happen to be in Mexico. I'm in Tulum. I was in Playa last night. So I'm so glad that you all are here. And also feel free to ask questions. Feel free to ask questions that you may have. So I'm looking down just in case there's any questions for this evening. So the other thing about federal government contracting and why it's $1 million market that you are totally overlooking is that there are all these set-asides that you can bid on. So I'm not sure if anyone who's live right now or anyone watching the replay, if you're going after 8A, SDVOSB, WOSB, things of that nature. If you are, type yes in chat. Because the thing is about them, you can take them and really scale your business. You can easily grow by having a set aside. The key is knowing how to properly do it, how to go about doing it. That's what's key. Because people think, oh, I'm just going to get all these set asides. I'm going to make all this money because of all these things I saw on the internet. No, that's not how it's going to happen. There's an actual strategy that is required to do it. So getting the set asides are amazing, especially for those of you out there where you have grit, you know how to persevere, you love talking to people, like you're kind of a natural born salesperson. Then it's perfect for you because you have to sell yourself in the federal government space. Yes, SDVOSB. Yes, I love it. And also, for those of you where maybe you're like, yeah, but I'm not a beginner and this seems to be so beginner oriented, well, let me share some things for you. So let's say you're an experienced business owner, maybe you're making multiple millions a year and you're like, well, how do I get into this space? So it's very, very simple. Number one, it begins with mindset. And this is our card for the evening. It's abundance. You are surrounded by abundance and have everything you need to create the life you desire. Trust that the universe will provide you with everything you need and be open to receiving it. That's first and foremost, okay? It starts with your mindset. Oh, good. I love that Janella talked about needing a strategy. Starts with your mindset. This is where it always begins. So let's say you're interested in staffing, because this will come up often. Like, oh, I'm in staffing. I want to hear about staffing because I've been in this space for 15 years, in case some of you are like, who is this beauty here with her Tulum look on? My name is Dr. Kizzy Parks. I've been awarded over $50 million in federal government contracting. And I also have a book that is going to be printed very soon. We got our second proof, winnerswaybook.com, winnerswaybook.com. Definitely get a copy. And with any purchase, you're going to get a bunch of free stuff. So just putting that out there too. So before I go to staffing, I see some comments. I look forward to your book because I don't have a clue what type of business I would create. I just got laid off last week. I want to build my own business while looking for my last new job. I love that. And down to earth. This is awesome. This is a space where I would say many of the people I coach have full-time jobs and they do this on the side. There's a gentleman in my Facebook group who put a goal out there. And he's like, oh, I'll probably meet this goal in a year or a couple years. And he's like, once I meet that financial goal, then I'll be able to take a step back, let go of this employment, and step full-time into federal government contracting. It happened within months for him. It can do the same for you, right? So let's see. And then I see Owen, I think I'm in the cups being awarded contract. CO sent me follow-up questions a week after deadline. Yeah, that's a really good sign. So for those of you who are interested, let's say in staffing, for instance, you may wonder, well, how do I go about doing that? Well, first and foremost, most of the government contracts that involve a human being, I personally deem staffing because the person's doing it. Whether it's you win a contract for 500 hours for a sign language opportunity. It's for interpretation. It's for somebody to create CAC, your common access cards, whether it's for security, just the list goes on and on and on. So first and foremost, the federal government has a wide range of opportunities that involve human beings. So for those of you interested in that space, for instance, I have a coaching client. We just ended our Ultimate Edge. It was a program that I put out there. I said it was a one and done. It's one and done. And she's won 3 so far, almost 5 religious opportunities. And in the end of the day, it's staffing. Find the opportunity to bid on. She puts out there that she's looking for a certain type of religious professional. She fills it. And within a couple months, the program only lasted like 3 months. She's won almost 5 contracts. I mean, this is amazing. So for those of you who are interested in staffing, maybe you're not staffing the exact positions you staff today, but if you open up your mind, right? We're here in abundance, y'all. Abundance. If you think in the terms of abundance, then the sky's the limit, okay? That's why this is $1 million market that most people, they don't think about, and you can do it. So I'm just looking down to look at the questions for the evening. This definitely will be a brief one. So, okay, great. Hi, Tasha or Taisha. May you provide better understanding on the FAR for limitations. How do I sign up for training? I'm a notary, licensed cosmetologist, and surgical technician. So Wonder is about to, she can do it all. What kind of contracts do I look for? I can utilize my skills. Well, so these are great questions. I love these. So for how do I train with you, the offer for this evening is my 5-day challenge and or my book. So the book is winnerswaybook.com. And with that purchase, you get you get lots of free stuff, okay? You get some amazing free bonuses. And I'm also excited to announce that we've pre-sold 1,000 books, which to me is like pre-selling out. It's like pre-selling 1 million books. So I want to thank each and every one of you. For those of you who are live, I'm so grateful. For those of you who are watching the replay, I'm grateful to you too, because you're taking time out of your amazing day to watch this. So I appreciate it. Also, one way is to sign up for my challenge. It's 5 days, $297. And if you get the VIP, because VIP always better, you get to ask me any questions for the first hour. Or if you get the executive ticket, you get 1 hour group, and then that's recorded for 24 hours on Facebook. Otherwise, only VIP get access. And there's always a question that'll come up, like, how long is this access? Everything is forever. It's for as long as Kajabi exists. That's the situation. So you will always have access. Thank you so much, Down to Earth. So let's go to, let's see, Janilla. Okay. So, I mean, Jamila, I kept adding an N like vanilla. Jamila. So here's the situation. When it comes to contract sub limitations, let's really take a step back, right? Let's take a step back. We're here about abundance. And I also get it that government contracting may be new for some of you. And so you want to have things perfect, but nothing in life is perfect. So you got to let that go. Okay. So go on this journey with me. Are there rules and regulations? Yes, there are different rules and regulations depending on what you bid on. So for instance, with the VA, if it's service disabled, veteran-owned small business, typically they have a policy where you cannot subcontract more than 49% to a business that is not classified as the same as you, that is not similarly situated, is the technical term. Okay, so if you bid on something with as SDVOSB, you want to sub it out. Well, you're going to have to sub it out to another SDVOSB. The VA is very, very serious and strict about this. There are numerous lawsuits, settlements. I think somebody's in jail. You can take a look, just Google like SDVOSB and VA and fraud. You'll see it. for all the other organizations out there. There are some, like the FAA. They don't even follow the FAR. Not every organization follows the FAR. So there's like all this noise, like, oh, don't get busted. You can't subcontract. Oh, you're scamming. It's just like all this noise because people don't view life in terms of abundance. They view life from their limited place. I've been in this space for 15 years. I've never, ever had a colleague say, Kizzy, we violated some FAR for subcontracting. I mean, it's never happened. So when it comes to subcontracting, first and foremost, I explained about the VA. Second is look at the rules and regulations for that opportunity. Sometimes they're very specific. They will say you can't sub it out. Sometimes it's contradictory. It'll say like, you can't sub it out, but then they use language around subcontractor and vendor. So you ask. Often when it comes to opportunities on sam.gov, sometimes on Unison, it's just a cut and paste. That's it. It's just a cut and paste, y'all. So ask clarifying questions. You can sub out things. You can sub out a lot. However, comma, doesn't mean you just, oh, I'm going to walk away. I'm out. I'm not here. I subbed it out. They're going to do the floor. They're going to take care of the lights, which are actually in front of me. It's a reflection. You still have to be actively involved. So hopefully that answers your question. And thank you all again for being here with me. Okay, let's see what we have. So Zawandra Lee, the question is, what do you want to sell? Because you're doing a lot of things. You don't have to sell any of these. You can sell ring lights. Bam. I mean, seriously, it's what do you want to sell? Because when it comes to licensed cosmetologists, a colleague of mine, David, where I have this amazing David video for sale. It's one of the greatest things I have available for $49. He won a contract for a licensed cosmetologist to teach in a Bureau of Prison situation. So more than likely, it wouldn't fit you because you would have to want to do it and be in that area. So for what you do, you have to ask yourself, are you okay not doing the thing? If the answer is like, no, I want to do it, then your opportunities are going to be very limited. So you got to have, this is soul searching. For me, I look at things in life, I look at everything as abundance. It's not just because I pulled this card today. Trust that the universe will provide you with everything you need and be open to receiving it. You are surrounded by abundance and have everything you need to create the life you desire. It's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. It's the truth. It's the truth, y'all. So, I know there's some more questions. So I'm going to take a look at these. I'm going to post the David video. It's $49. It's an awesome video. The offer for this evening, Kizzy Shopping Network, is the challenge. And I'm going to be, listen, not only does the challenge end at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. So for those of you watching the replay, you can sign up for the next one. It'll probably be in December, and things are going to be changing. That's why I've said many times, and I know some of you may say, I just discovered you today. I don't know. This is how it is. But for those of you who you didn't discover me today, things have changed. Meaning what I put out there, what I offer, how I help you is going to evolve. I don't know how much longer I'm going to do the challenge. I don't know. So if you look, there are many people who have taken the challenge and won contracts, hands down. So if you want that type of experience, this is the time. You have until 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. Sign up. Because I don't know if and when I'm going to have another challenge. I don't know. Okay. Okay, great. Yeah, and then I love that. The Copious Cat talked about the products So that's really good. Yeah, they do. At the military bases and posts, they do buy products. They rent out those kiosks, things of that nature. Are there any programs that the SBA offers for proposal writing? Ronald, you got to ask your local SBA. I mean, they may. I've seen some every now and again. But here's the question. Are they value added? Are they going to teach you what's needed to win? Or is it somebody who just learned the mechanisms but has never really won government contracts? That's something you got to ask. Because free with all my purchases, you get access to a proposal writing class. Okay, so I saw, hey Kizzy, Mark is here, Gilded Health, hello. Looking forward to joining you in the boot camp. I'm a copywriter, email marketing specialist, but I'm concerned about the federal opportunities. What are your thoughts? It's very similar to Zawandra. This is $1 million market that you can get in on. You can. It's about how. How do you want to do it? If you're like, I only want to do copywriting and things like that, okay, well, your opportunities may be like pretty narrow. But if you're like, look, I just want to sell something to the federal government and make 500 more a month, 1,000 more, 20,000, 30,000, whatever your number is, there's no right or wrong. Then you have this many opportunities. Because most of you watching, you're a small business. I'm a small business. It's a great distinguishment to have. The vast majority of businesses in America are small businesses. And so the federal government sets aside around 25% for us small businesses. So there's so many things that you can bid on. Maybe you also offer your services to existing government contractors. Who knows? But there's a lot of avenues you can take. Okay. Ronald D. Washington, look up the organizations and go set an appointment. Copious Cat. Yeah, I would definitely say, how much is a 5-day challenge? $297 for VIP. VIP is always better. You get all the recordings, 2 hours a day, 1 hour of questions. Or executive is $97. And for some of you, and I totally understand, if you're like, hey, I don't really have the money for it right now, then, if and when we have another one, then sign up then. There's always going to be a variety of content that I will offer for free at some level will be out there. So, and here's the other thing. In this market, it's very simple. It truly is. But what gets people is they lack this. They get so scared. They don't see the world in abundance. And it could be maybe you were taught that. Maybe you teach your kids that. I don't know. There's no judgment. I've had my moments. I mean, I'm growing and developing. We all go through things. But I promise you, the world is full of abundance. It's full of abundance. When I say everything is possible, everything is truly possible. So when it comes to the federal government in this $1 million market that you can get in on too, you can get in on it. The key is you got to bid. I said what I said. You got to bid. What's important is you bidding, understanding what it takes to win, you execute, keep it moving. You learn in this area, you apply, and you adjust. That's it. It's really as simple as that. It's all this mental stuff, like, oh, I'm not good enough, or can I really win something? I mean, her hair is super cute, love the bandana, but really, can I do the same thing as Kizzy? I don't really know if I can do it. My cousin tried it. Somebody else said it was it. And it just takes over. And then we fight for our excuses. Oh, I'm too busy. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, I can't do it. Oh, I can't go to this. Oh, that's cool. Fight for your excuses. I'm not fighting. I'm done fighting for my excuses. I'm done. I want to sell everything to get to winning. True, the media, global. Hope for hip hop. There you go. So what's the point of clauses, provisions? I usually skip over them. Owen, the point is there are clauses and provisions that you must adhere to. So for instance, it could be around telecommunications and that you're not getting them from certain countries. It could be around rules around the building. So because a government contract is a legally binding document, is legally binding. So just keep that in mind. I'm looking at all of these questions. Oh, you're so sweet. So Wonderly, you're so sweet. Okay, if y'all have any more questions, feel free to post. I don't really see any more questions in here. So here we go. I see a couple. Okay, I do janitorial, have my cosmetology license, travel retail. Are there any program? Okay, got that one. So how would you price your cut of payment out of government contract? Quantum apparel. So this question is another very common question. I'm glad you asked. It's your company. You set the margins. It's as simple as that. As long as you set it so that you're able to win it. So here's what I mean. If an opportunity is for, let's say it's for cell phone cases, right? And you find a connection and you find funding because you don't have to pay for the cell phone cases, right? And you're able to get the cell phone cases for $10,000, but you're like, oh, but I want to make 50%. So you want to sell them to the government at $20,000. This could be state, local, federal. In order to win the opportunity, they've made it clear that they are basing the award of the contract on the lowest price, right? Like doing the twist over here. You can't really see it, nor do you need to see it. Just trust me, we're twisting out over here. We're twisting out. So by putting your price at $20,000, you run the risk of losing because you're doubling the price. So you have to put yourself in the shoes of the government. If you're the government, why would you pay double with taxpayer dollars? You wouldn't. So maybe you only add 5%, you only add 10%, you only add 15%. But then there's another opportunity, right? It's for a creative writer. And the evaluation criteria is based on their resume, based on some writing samples. So you theoretically easily could add 50% because price isn't really a factor. So you may have one body of work where you're making 5-10% and another body of work where you're making 50%. That often happens with industries is the amount of margin that they make tends to vary on what they're selling. Now, the intent is, hey, I want to make the highest margin as possible, but sometimes that isn't the case. Like the margins in restaurants tend to be really low and in other areas. Okay. Great, Brandon. Okay. Down to earth. Do you have an online course or maybe one development, certifications? So down to earth, I do. What I suggest that you do is start with my David video, the Make More Money method. I do have different courses. There are other courses that will be pushed out. I'm figuring it out, just being honest with you all, of what makes the most sense to me, provides you the value, but makes the most sense to me. Okay, okay, great. I love it. Gilded Health. So what I talk about covers all areas. This challenge, I'm gonna make it really clear. The challenge is not only about middleman. And I'm gonna tell you why it's not. Here's why. Because often when people focus solely on like typical middleman, and when I say that, I mean like they're thinking, oh, I can just flip some products, I'll do janitorial. What happens is you may win a couple contracts and then that's it. Now, if that's your goal, then cool, go pursue the middleman. My goal for everyone is that you have ongoing revenue. So subcontracting is a piece of that. But it's not just limited to janitorial and these really weird areas that everybody's vying for. So I talk about bigger picture is what I go into. Okay. But I do have a middleman course for $97. I wasn't planning on sharing that this evening, but I will. Just give me one moment to give you the link. Mastering the middleman, it's $97. I would say check this out, ASAP. Would you recommend this challenge for me if I've not done government contracting? I say yes. This challenge is for everyone. And here's why. Because often people who are in this space, sometimes they think that they know it all, but then they'll win one contract or two contracts and then, yeah. And then you have people like yourself where you're really brand new and you're like, hey, I want some extra hand holding. So I speak to both. Just again, looking at this, as a consultant, can I be a middleman or recruiter for the OSDB to help them with inward facing? Derek Smith, I don't think so. I mean, because the Asabu, I think they're government employees. So yeah, I don't think so. I mean, you can contact them and find out. Okay, good. So if there aren't any more questions, I'm gonna be coming to an end here. Because at the end of the day, this is $1 million marketplace that you can get into. Over $500 billion a year are spent on federal government contracts, on pretty much everything that you even see in this screen or this scene, I guess. You know, they buy ring lights, they buy cell phones, they buy glass, they buy tables, they buy chairs, they buy lights, they have housing, they buy floors, they buy clothes, have contacts in, they buy glasses, contacts. So it's all about what do you want to sell? And it's something I can't give you the answer for because it's your business. But what I can say is when you have an abundant mindset, everything is possible. You are surrounded by abundance and have everything you need to create the life you desire. Trust that the universe will provide with you everything you need and be open to receiving it. That's what's key, y'all. That's what's key. So I'm also going to put the link here for the Facebook group. Would love for you all to join. And just a friendly reminder for the challenge. It ends 11:59 Eastern Standard Time, and it's, I believe, 11:02. Let me look at my computer. 11:02 Eastern Time. I'm on Central Time here in Tulum, Mexico. Will you discuss funding for like product purchases? I'm more concerned about services, but in case. Champ Beats, we lightly touch about funding. I mean, I'll answer it for you right now. You got to take out a loan. You got to use a credit card. You got to ask friends and family. You got to look into factoring. And then you have to make sure you include the fees for that into your potential profit. That's how it works. I mean, there are sometimes you may be able to get a vendor to give you a net 30 on a product, but you know, often you're going to have to take out loans. You're going to have to get funding. Explain the disbursement of money regarding the limitations. Jamila, I'm kind of, yeah, Derek, there's a lot on training. There's a lot of contracts on training development, things like that. So Jamila, the disbursement of money regarding the limitations. I'm not really sure if I understand the question correctly, so I'll speak to pieces and parts of it. So one is you're typically paid ACH or with a credit card, and then the prime contractor gets the money and it's your business, so you pay people accordingly. We pay people every 30 days. So that's how it works. It's your business, so you set it up accordingly. That's why some employers, what do they say? You get paid every 2 weeks. Some employers, you get paid every the 1st and the 15th. Some employers like mine, you get paid every month. Maybe you get paid every even Friday. I don't know. They're the employer. They set it up. You're the business owner. You set it up. It's really that simple. And again, I understand that for many of you, maybe you're new or you're like, really? Yeah, I mean, it truly is. I'm not BSing you. I've been in this space for 15 years, y'all. Okay, so Jamila, let me know if that makes sense. Derek, yes, there's tons of contracts out there for training development. There are companies always looking for trainers. I don't know about public speaking per se. It's going to be more around training, different training topics. when you are a consultant, how much should you charge? Well, it depends on what you're selling, your value, and how good you are at sales. Ronald, okay, I just retired, getting space, trying to get my certifications. Okay, great. The 50% rule. It's 51-49%. So so just to take a step back, it's your business. It doesn't matter how much of the work they do or don't do, you dictate what you're paying them. Just like your employer. If your employer says, for this job, I'm going to pay you $50,000 in salary, that's what you're getting paid. They somehow came up with that. It doesn't matter if they have 20 people in the same labor category as you, one person, or a million people. So it's your business. You decide how you're going to pay people. So typically it's a great example. You win a contract for janitorial. Maybe you subcontract it out. You say to the janitorial company, I'll pay you every month, every 2 weeks, whatever you decide you want to pay them. And then you pay them every month or every 2 weeks. We like to use Bill.com. For the boot camp executive level, does it include the video playback? Pretty much no. You only get 24-hour access on Facebook. That's why VIP always better. $297 VIP is always better because you get lifetime access. So, hey girl, what's up, great thinker? True the media, so you get 24-hour playback on Facebook. That's it. Okay, so Jamila, did that help? Because I get the sense like you're pondering it. Maybe there's a little bit of overthinking going on with it. Like it's not a place to be perfect. Like this is not one of those moments of your past. I don't know how to best say that without saying too much on a live video, but you know what I mean. You know that I know, and you know that you know. Okay. Okay, great. Hello, how are you doing? May you explain the subcontracting limitations? Brandon Hill. Well, guess what? Just for you, I'll talk about it because let's go into it. Okay, I'll be on a couple more minutes. And for those of you just joining, now is the time. You have until 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to get in on the 5-day challenge. So what's beautiful about the challenge, you can watch live from the private Facebook group. There's also a Zoom link. So that's how we have it set up. So just a moment, I'm going to provide VIP because VIP always better. And I appreciate you. So for the VA, typically if it's SDVOSB, you cannot subcontract out more than 49% to a company that is not similarly situated. Meaning if you're going to sub it out, it must be another SDVOSB. Not, oh, the owner's cousin, brother, uncle, dad, whatever is a vet. Okay? That's how it works. Yep. You can upgrade here. Send an email to Melody. I'm not sure if she's still on. She was on earlier. I'm going to put it in here. mreeves@govcomwinners.com. Okay. For the, okay, cool. Oh, good. Cool. So Melody, that sounded so, please handle with white glove service. True the Media Global. Please connect and upgrade this person. I don't know, I only know your name, so I don't know, you could be The Rock for all I know. Okay. So if anybody has any questions, now's the time, because this is $1 million market that you can get in on. You can get in on this. So whether you're brand new, you're in this space, you're like, okay, maybe it's definitely the place for you. So many things you can sell. With my flagship company, We have a variety of staffing, religious positions, admin, IT, training, virtual reality, so many different out there. And with my students, I have one on the verge of winning a very lucrative janitorial contract. I've had others win religious work, cement paving, training, janitorial, construction, IT, and there's tons of interviews that I've done with amazing GovCon winners who have won a ton of work. I mean, Mark is out of Alaska. He went from couch surfing to moving back home in Alaska and winning I think it was $440,000 janitorial contract. So there's so much going on. When is the book dropping? The book will be dropping probably next month because we have the second proof, and you can get the book at winnerswaybook.com. winnerswaybook.com. But thank you for asking, and I appreciate your patience. And that's why you have the pre-order, and you should have access to the proposal writing class. So you all are amazing. This is a great space to be in. I sent 2 questions. Oh, Nick and Nikita. Okay, hold on. Let me see. I'm scrolling. Okay, how much is a 5-day challenge? $297. We talked about that. I got in on the live. What is the challenge? A 5-day challenge, where every single day we cover a topic that helps you close contracts for cash. That's bottom line. By getting VIP, you get a whole hour to ask me questions. The second hour, we come together and talk about different topics, from being government ready to sales to all these other things, based on my 15 years of being in this space. Okay. And thank you for letting me know that you have the 2 questions. Nick and I think I said Nikita. Sorry about that. Nita show. I love that. I remember there was somebody I know named Nita. Some point in time. Okay, well, y'all, this has been amazing. You all are amazing. Go football. And normally I would have my Detroit Lion behind me. Go Detroit Lions, but there's no Detroit Lion behind me. But that is okay. Doesn't change anything. You have until 11:59 p.m. Eastern time to get in on the challenge. I don't know if and when I'm holding another challenge, and this is not some BS, this is some real stuff. I've said this many times before when I put things out there that I don't really know if and when. So take full advantage. Why? Because today's card is all about abundance. And to have abundance, trust that the universe will provide you with everything you need and be open to receiving it. Learning is a big piece of that. Learning more about yourself, learning more about the space, being willing to accept. Because one of the things that we struggle with as people, we don't want to accept the blessings. Oh, it's a compliment. No. Oh, I don't want to take that from you. And we're constantly blocking things. So if you're blocking things and that's your mentality, then how are you going to win a government contract? Because there's no reason you can't. I don't even know why Byron wrote on here about some Cowboys. I'm not even going to get started on that because that's not a good way to end, but they're trash. Oh, wait a minute. I did say that. So, listen, y'all got the Tulum, Kizzy. Yeah, I agree. Go Lions. Okay, y'all, you're amazing, and I'm serious. 1,000% serious. Everything starts here. The mechanisms on how to find, bid, and win contracts, it's pretty much everywhere. Just the basics. You sign up, you get a cage code, you bid, you put in pricing, you win, you execute. But what prevents people from doing it, what puts them so far back, and they're fighting for their excuses, lack of abundance, poor mindset, being around tools, people who say, no, you can't, why are you trying to do that? All these people pulling you down. Ugh. Okay, I'm glad that you're nice about it, Byron. I wasn't trying to be rude. I love football though. Okay, y'all. So again, the offer 5-day challenge, $297, $97, starts on Monday at noon Eastern time. Does the name of my company matter? No, it depends. As long as it's not OnlyFans government services. I mean, I don't think that's going to fly. But you can get a DBA, doing business as. Don't stress out over the name of the business. Win a contract. That's what's key. Bid, bid, bid. Okay, I hate to say it, but bears are the trashiest. No, the bear. No, dang. No, I love the Bears, though. I always liked the Bears as a little girl. I love the little Super Bowl shuffle. I think the shuffle was something else, you know. But man, I love the Bears. I'm late, but I'm glad I made it. It's okay. I'm going to bed now. But I appreciate you, Akeelia. I appreciate each and every one of you live from Tulum. Live from Tulum. In case y'all are like, where is this beauty? Oh man, it's so beautiful. Oh, needed a break. Had to go outside. I want to film out there, but I don't want to be disrespectful to everybody because the quiet hours are in effect. This is an amazing condo building. So again, you all are amazing. This is $1 million market, and you can be a part of it. You can get in on it. There's no reason you can't. So put in here one final time. The offer expires at 11:59 Eastern Standard Time. You can get executive for $97. It gives you access to 1 hour of the training. It's saved for 24 hours on Facebook. Or you pay $297 because VIP is always better. First hour, you can ask me questions. And everything is saved. You're going to get access to a class. It's amazing. Got my ticket, looking forward. Thank you. I'm so glad. I'm so, so glad. And again, so grateful to each and every one of you. Abundance. Every day the federal government prints money. You know, about a month or so ago, I was hanging out with my uncle Mike. He's in the Facebook group too. So y'all should get in on the Facebook group if you haven't already. And he was telling me about this trip that he took with my mom, and that they were in this part of the East Coast, and it was just rows and rows of these like multi-million-dollar houses. And he's like, yeah, Kizzy, clearly somebody's out there making all this money, or these homes wouldn't be there. Abundance. It's abundance. It's not, oh, they're rich, they're evil, and you know, it's none of that. It's abundance. There's money's being printed probably as I'm speaking. There's so much money, so much wealth in the world. So when you turn that on, you're going to be able to win a government contract. There's no reason you can't, especially if you have a cage code. And if you're at the place where you're like, what the heck's the cage code? Well, I do talk about it in the challenge, and you can go to sam.gov to get one. It's a great place to go. It's free. Would we get to pick the day with VIP? It's 5 days. It's 5 days of VIP. Like, it's every day for 2 hours. So you don't have to go to every day. You can just pop in whenever you want. Oh, I love that. Thank you, Brandon. Hit the like button, hit the share, hit the subscribe. I always forget that. Thank you. I love that. Hashtag abundance. I always forget about that. Okay, y'all. You're amazing. Live from Tulum. And I'll be back from Tulum. I love it here. So if anyone's in Tulum or planning on coming to Tulum, please connect with me. Otherwise, I'm going to be in Tulum. Why? Because you can do this from anywhere in the world. You get to create the life that you really want to live. This isn't some BS that everybody says, like, create the life you want to live. And there's some crazy scammer, and then they're on JT Pocket Watch. This is like real stuff here. I'm working on not cursing as much, y'all. Okay? Like, I'm not here to BS you. It's an Airbnb. I'm not like breaking the bank staying here. And I'm working on losing weight, y'all, because health is really important. But I digress. Thank you, Champ Beats. I love that. Okay, y'all, I'm going to go. You're amazing. Sign up 11:59. It's 11:20 y'all's time. 11:59 Eastern Standard Time. For those watching the replay, Y'all better have to email Melody or something, because I really don't know if and when I'm gonna do another challenge. Okay, so it does start tomorrow at noon. On Monday, noon Eastern time is when it starts. Okay, so with that said, I'm forever grateful. I'm so grateful to each and every one of you, and I'm like, I have to stop the video, and in order to stop the video, it means we gotta walk over here together. So let's walk. Let's turn the camera. You can see all my stuff here by the television. Okay, y'all. I'm gonna hit the buy button. Everything is possible. Hit the notification, hit the like, subscribe, all those amazing things. You all are amazing. I'm gonna end the stream. Everything is possible. Everything is possible. Y'all are amazing.